Welcome back to Cherry Hills. Today, we're going to start off by running to our end dimension, where I have an Enderman farm, which I use for XP. Because in the last video, we were working on the resin farm, and I was getting beat up by the creakings so much that my armor is actually, with Unbreaking 3, is actually like very close to being broken. So I'm gonna go repair that before it does break, because then I don't want to have to try and make completely new gear. That would suck. I think I mentioned it before, there's nothing in the end or the nether, except for this ghast here. We're gonna kill it, watch this, ready? Hello? What the? That was really weird. Let's kill this guy too, just for the fun of it. Ow. Got him. Sweet. I think I have like 4 copies of Tears now, but we'll keep it for the collection, I guess. My portal for the end dimension is just right down here under this bridge. Here we are. We got our Enderman farm over here. And then before we actually use this, we need to come over here and turn hostile mobs off, otherwise you get a headache pretty quick. I have this, it's called the Manslayer. It's meant to be like Ender Manslayer. The only real reason why I have a separate sword for this is because it doesn't have looting. If you kill these things with looting, you get so many more Ender Pearls, it'll just clog this system down here, which is extremely inconvenient because we have this is here just to get rid of the Ender Pearls. But if you have too many in there, it'll clog really quick, and it's really inconvenient. I'm sure most people have played Minecraft for longer than, just a few years, had made one of these before. They're really easy. It's basically just a big platform in the sky in the end with an endermite right above the hole that they fall down, because endermen despise endermites for some reason. So they'll run toward it trying to attack it, and they'll fall down this hole, and it's just the right distance to where it's one swing until they're dead. And it's so efficient, it's kind of insane. Basically becomes infinite experience once you have it set up. We'll go ahead and repair all of our tools as well, rather than just doing our armor. Our armor's good now. Alright, now that we're feeling nice and fresh, let's go ahead and turn this back up. I think it was at 27. See, okay, real quick, I'll show you. Ready? That's horrible. That's why I always turn down hostile mobs. And then you hear them falling, it sucks. It's terrible. I know our next project was to build the tower around the resin farm, but I realized in my tour video I showed off my super smelter, which is actually just over there. Yeah, this super smelter. This bamboo farm is what I've been using for fuel. But it's... Oh. I didn't realize there was glass up there. I didn't realize one of the glasses was missing. Also, this doesn't seem to be collecting. I was gonna say, this bamboo farm is not an effective way to get fuel, but part of the problem is that apparently the... Wait. Alright, I heard it. There's a minecart underneath that's supposed to collect all of this, but it didn't sound like it was actually doing that. Let's keep an eye out on this here. No, yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be collecting. I was gonna say, we're gonna go mining for some coal in a little bit, but first I want to see if I can figure out what's going on here. What happened to you, man? Okay, so the minecart was just not moving. Let's push it back, and we'll keep an eye out on it for a minute here. Ah, okay. I don't have enough power for that actually to do anything, so let me throw this in here. This is where it would end up anyway. I actually went ahead and I threw in some coal in here. The whole idea is we're running out of... We don't have enough fuel to cook all of the resin that we got from the resin farm. And if we're going to continue to use the resin farm, we need to make sure that we have enough fuel to actually smelt it. I'm actually just going to go grab another power rail. And we'll put it like, I don't know, like right here. Just to give it that extra boost that it needs. Here we go. Exactly what we need. Actually, we need a power source too. One redstone torch should do the trick. Another thing I need to do as well is I need to make a chunk loader. Because I do have a chunk loader for the storage system, but I believe that this whole system, the farm as well as the smelter itself, is outside of the range of the chunk loader that the storage system is using. So we're going to want to make another one eventually. For now, I think we'll be fine. I don't really want to do that at the moment because they're still kind of confusing to me. That should do the trick. It should go all the way down and then come all the way back. Oh, there was more bamboo in there. Cool. It's working now. And this is still working, I believe. Okay, yep. That confirms that. This should be functionable now. And now that bamboo farm is working, hopefully I won't need to use too much coal for this. We're still going to go mining for a little bit. One of the reasons is because I'm also running out of golden carrots. And I don't have much gold left. I do have a bunch of gold blocks. Okay, you know what? We do have quite a bit of gold. I just need to put it into my super smelter, which is currently being occupied by the resin. So hold on, let's see. What do we want to do here? Okay, you know what? I think the most effective use of our time here would be to build the chunk loader really quick, and then we'll go mining for some coal. And maybe some gold too. We'll spend a little bit of time in the mines. We don't need to take forever, but we want to put the loader here in this chunk. You can see the chunk borders. The reason is because it will activate the chunk that it's in, and it'll activate 2 chunks in each direction after that in a radius. If we put it here, then it will activate this chunk, which is... Why is there snow there? Get out of there. Anyway, it'll load all of the chunks that have any part of the bamboo farm in it. And since it's in this chunk here, it'll also load this chunk, which has the smelter in it. So we're just going to go underground. I don't know how to make these off the dome, so I'm going to look up a tutorial quick. Bear with me, I'll be back. Found a little coal here. You know, I don't think I have enough redstone dust for this yet. I think what we'll do before we actually do that is I'm going to go look for a cave. We're going to go mining. Full circle, we're going to go mining now, really quick, just for a little bit to grab some redstone. Because I don't think I have enough to make this yet, which is obviously going to be a problem. One that we are going to go solve right now. If I can find a mine anywhere. we're gonna go use our mine shaft here, the one that I made. That was clean as hell. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. Now there's a chance that we've already kind of cleared this area out of redstone altogether. But we're gonna look anyway. Hold on. Because I play with shaders, if I hold this in my offhand, it'll just glow and light everything up around me, which is very helpful. Here's some redstone here. Look at that. Eventually I do want to make a build. That was close. I do want to make a build in that cave. I want there to be some kind of like hub. I don't know. Just some kind of build. I just like the idea of having a build inside of a cave, and especially since it's right below my house, it'll be even better. Okay, I think that should be plenty for now. I did end up getting a little bit of gold as well. 14. Wow. Great. This is my bed. This is basically my bedroom. I always used to sleep in here every single time I slept with my cat, but because I don't spend a whole lot of time in my house anymore, it's rare that I actually sleep in my own bed. I always have at least one on me. Sometimes I have more than one for some reason, but I don't actually really sleep in my own bed anymore. Anyway, I'm going to gather the materials for this chunk loader. I'll be back in a moment. Whoa! I've never actually seen an autocrafter in real life, to be honest. I've never used this before. I do have plans for it, though. I want to be able to turn... When I throw ores into my super smelter, I want them to turn into blocks automatically and then be taken as blocks and put into this system. I'll just shove them into this bubble elevator, which is where all the other items go, and it'll automatically sort. So eventually we'll actually use the autocrafter, but I've never actually used one before. Alright, so I should have all the material I need. Okay, and now after what felt like 700 years, we finally did it. So I spent like a long time, I do not even know how long, but a very long time, trying to make a new chunk loader. So we'd have one like over here for the bamboo farm and one underneath the storage unit for the storage unit. Turns out it's nigh impossible to get them to link to separate portals inside the nether. So every single time I tried to link this one to its nether counterpart, this one actually linked to it instead, which just barely didn't reach all the way over here to the bubble column, which means that this wouldn't have worked. So instead, I decided to move this one chunk over. So now, as you can see, it's in this chunk here, which loads 2 chunks that way, 2 chunks this way, which should encapsulate this whole thing, and it does. Then of course 2 chunks this direction, and 2 chunks that way, which, as you can see, covers the entire storage system. So, finally, after all that time, both of them should be loaded at the same time. Let's see if we have any... Oh, we've got... Okay, so after all that, you can see there's quite a bit of bamboo here now. It took me forever to do all that, but we have the bamboo, and also that means that all this resin is fully cooked, which is good, because I'm not sure we actually need to go mining for coal anymore. I think we might have enough fuel in order to basically smelt all of our resin. Real quick, we'll make a space for all this mossy cobblestone stuff. Slabs, walls in there, the stairs, and then we'll put the mossy variants in here as well. We've got some of those as well. Here we go. Finally, I think we're actually ready to grab the resin that we spent a little bit of time in the last video farming. Should all still be in there. Oh, let me also turn that off. That's annoying. Here we go. Then we also have some more resin in here too. Grab that. Okay, at long last, we can go start smelting the rest of this resin into resin bricks. We can also turn all these resin bricks into resin blocks. Resin brick, resin bricks. That's a little confusing. Then we have all these options for what we want to turn into. But as you could see, we had like, I think it was close to 9 stacks. 9 stacks of resin brick, that is. And we only have almost 2 stacks of resin bricks. It's not a lot. But that's okay. I do want to turn some of these into chiseled resin bricks. I do think we also have some more over here. Let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit. We do have more of the resin clumps though. The only problem with putting all this resin in at the same time is I am afraid it'll overload the system and we won't have enough bamboo to smelt it all. But with time, it should smelt anyway because it's 4 bamboo per 1 singular resin clump, which means every time this goes off, we get more than 4, so every time this goes off, at the very least we'll be able to smelt some more. It'll slowly smelt anyway. I guess we don't really need to go to the mines anymore, but I'll kind of show you my idea. Whoop. My idea for what we're going to do here. So if we go over here, we can see this is the exact corner, like right here. I'm gonna leave like 1 space here. So I'm thinking, I want to add some depth to this. Oh, also I just realized, I didn't notice this before, but look at the block. Look at the chiseled block. It's like the face of a creaking. That's kind of cool. I never noticed that before. But anyway, so yeah, I want to put 1 here. And then we're probably going to build with stone bricks. For the most of the build, I just want the resin to accent the corners. And then these will be stone bricks. And I'm thinking of using the regular resin bricks to do this. So this will be on every single corner. And just imagine that this is stone bricks instead. Also, real quick. Look. You see? You can tell. Like, it's kind of cool. I never noticed that before. We don't want to be out here with these guys right now. Because any farming that we end up doing, I'll probably end up doing most of it off camera now. Instead of standing there on camera swinging at them for 10 minutes at a time. Why don't we just build this upward? As high as we're just going to play it by ear. I actually don't know how tall this is going to be. I think it should at least be that tall. But I'll probably make it a little taller too. And the taller we make it, the more space we'll have for more of these. If we decide to make more in the future, which honestly, I don't know if I will. Because I think that 17 creaking total is plenty for my resin needs. Because again, like, all of the farming I've done has been pretty just kind of passive farming here and there. And we've got a decent amount of resin, so we should be okay. I don't know. I was thinking we could use the tough stone bricks too. I really like the tough stone bricks. I used a lot of that for building my house. But that could be kind of cool. We could have maybe the tough stone bricks in the corner and then the regular stone bricks around the outside. I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't really ever build things in the creative world first. Like, I know a lot of people do that just to make sure that they get it right. But I just like to play things by ear. I feel like it just makes sense for my playstyle. I'm not super stressed about the way things look. At least not like immediately. This'll be interesting. Now that I'm actually seeing it partially built out. Just had another idea. Okay, here's my other idea. Thought, what if we added like a gradient to this? Oh, so we do something kind of like this. Then we put some of these in there. And we'll just kind of make this smaller scale for now. I just want to see if this will look good. Yes. Yes, that's sick. That is super cool. We're doing that for sure. I'm so glad I had that idea. Okay, we got to tear this whole thing down though. Because we're going to want to roughly do about 1/3 per. Actually, I'm trying to think of like, how do you do gradients? I think the bottom has the least. So the black stone will probably go up to like right here. Maybe, and then the tough we can have go up to like right here. And then the rest can be stone brick or something. We could do maybe one side and then go from there. Although I will say, now that we've decided to use 3 different kinds of bricks, it's going to take a lot more resource gathering. Okay, we'll bring this all the way across. Okay, I've actually never really built with such levels of gradient, at least on like a large scale. Because this will be a pretty big building, of course. So it'll be kind of interesting to trial and error and try and figure out how high to go for each block. Oh, we're already out of these as well. Let's go see how much deep slate we have, because those are deep slate bricks that we were just using. Oh, okay, we've actually got quite a bit of cobbled deep slate. Just gonna turn all of what we had into bricks. I don't know, maybe we go up 2 more blocks and then we start kind of like I did with the demonstration. We kind of, oh, I can't get up there. I really need to Okay, you know what? Here, I need to get in the habit of every time I build something, I need to grab scaffolding. I just need to remember to grab it. I think it's over here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, this might end up looking kind of cool. It'll probably look like it's connected in some kind of way to the factory. Okay. Now we'll do something. I think we do a little more, especially right around the middle there. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Then we'll fill all that in with tough bricks next. I think we'll just take this whole build pretty much one wall at a time. Yeah, I think this is going to be kind of cool. Since I wanted this to look run down, eventually we'll come in with some detail and we'll add, I think, stairs and maybe some slabs and stuff to kind of emulate the building being kind of cracked. But one thing we are sorely missing at the moment is tough. So we'll go ahead and we'll use this here for now. And then once we run out, we'll have to go back down into the depths of hell, aka the caves, and mine some more tough. Because this did not get as far at all. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm glad that I had the idea to do the gradient, because I've never, like I said, I've never really done anything like that before. But I think it'll look really cool. But, like I said, we do not have the materials. I want to do one side at a time, so that with each side, if I don't like the previous side, I can kind of tweak the next one. See if I like that better. And then once we've landed on a design that we're happy with, we can go back and tweak the other sides. Make sure that they look all kind of the same. But for now, we do need to go get some tough. So, hey, guess what? We're gonna, after all, we are gonna go mining. Wait. Did we not put all of our resin into here already? Was that not all of it? It's full. That's crazy. Also, it seems to have clogged. Let's see, what's going on here? Oh, with the grass block. How'd that get in there? I'm not sure. That's kind of funny, actually. Anyway. But yeah, we have so much resin. I didn't really realize how much we actually had. We might as well go put this in here. And while we're mining, of course, because we just set up the chunk loader, these will always be loaded. And it will continuously smelt that resin forever until we get back, or until it's finished, actually. But for now, we've got a shulker box worth of space for tough, and we'll just go grab as much as we can. While we're at it, I can show you what's all the way down here. That wasn't quite as smooth as the first time. Show you what's down this second set of stairs. This is basically just my quarry. If you go through here, you can see I've already mined out quite a lot of it. Mostly just for deep slate. Because again, I use a lot of deep slate tiles specifically. I just really love the way that they look. Deep slate tiles and tough bricks. That kind of stuff. Should have brought torches. Oh well. Nice. Oh, there's more. Good thing I do not need those anymore. Completely past the point of needing diamonds altogether in this world. So, I actually have a diamond beacon. So I think in the last video I kind of mentioned how my favorite season is fall time. Which is very true. I love fall time. I love the aesthetic, the vibes. Currently, when I am driving to work and everything, you can see finally the leaves are actually starting to fall off the trees. It really does feel like fall time. I don't know, it's kind of interesting how different seasons can have different feels to them. Even though they're just seasons, it's just like part of how the world works. Yet somehow we've kind of been able to put different vibes and aesthetics together for each season. Even more. Wow, that's useless. My favorite of which is the fall vibes. The only downside to fall time is that it means that winter is right around the corner. Winter is my least favorite season by far. Mostly because it gets dark just so early in the daytime. Like just now, it's about 5 p.m. at the time of recording, and it's already getting dark. It looks like the sun's already gone down. It's kind of dusk time at the moment. And as somebody who has seasonal depression, that's kind of why I don't like winter. It's mostly because of that, my seasonal depression. But the weird thing is, during the winter time, when it is cold outside and it's rainy and it's snowy and it's wet and it's dark all the time and it's depressing, for some reason, that's when I feel the most seasonal vibe. It's not even necessarily seasonal depression, it's just more like, I don't know, just everything has such a specific feel when it's 5 p.m. and it's pitch black and the roads are wet and you go outside and you can see the reflection of the street lights on the road. For some reason, that all that combined just has a very particular feel to it that feels the strongest as far as like different seasonal feels go. I can't be the only one who thinks about seasonal feels like that. I think that's the reason why we put up decorations. I'm not typically one to decorate. This year I kind of wanted to change that, so I bought some mini pumpkins. Just those tiny little different colored ones. Ones that have like green ones in there, orange ones, white ones. I got some of those and all I did was I just placed them on my table. And then I also got a fall time candle. And I understand why people decorate now. Like that, if you're really looking for seasonal vibes, that's the way to go. Decorate, you know? Because it really does do the trick. It's really nice. But yeah, every year during the winter time when it's cold and dark outside, it always has that same feel to it. It's a little bit sad and a little bit somber, but it's also very like peaceful and relaxing at the same time. Even though I hate the cold and I hate the snow for the most part, except for like right around Christmas time, there's something about it that's like very relaxing still. And I can feel that, whoops, that's my torch. I can kind of feel that we're already getting to that point. It's only the middle of November, and where I live, the winters are very long. And maybe that's another reason why I hate them so much, is they're so long and they're so sad. but I also can appreciate the fact that they feel so peaceful too. I don't know, I think it's, with seasonal depression, if it's something that you struggle with as well, I think it's helpful to think about it on the positive side, if you can, like in whatever way there is. The only way I can really find is, you know, the fact that it can feel kind of serene. Like you just feel a sense of serenity and peace amongst the chaos that is inside of your mind. If that really makes any sense, I'm not sure if it does, but it makes sense to me. Oh, we've hit bedrock. So we've almost mined this entire vein of tuff. This might be the biggest one I've ever seen. I've used a lot of tuff, so I've had to do this many times in the past in this world, but this might be the biggest one. Of course, I won't bore you with me mining all of it. I'll only show you bits and pieces, just the parts where I'm talking, but it's a lot of tuff. And though I'm not even sure if it'll be enough for the entire build, I'm going to finish up this and we'll go back up and we will see where it gets us. So I'm sure it'll get us pretty far. There. Place these couple torches down, so trying to minimize the mob spawning here. And what looked like a nice uniform array of torches now looks like a hideous mess. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, let's go back up. I've had enough of mining for now. Although I will say, sometimes just sitting there and mining for significant chunks of time, just mining the same block over and over, like tuff or deep slate or stone if you need stone or whatever, could be kind of nice. Kind of relaxing, you know? Alright, let's see. Let's go fly towards our stone cutter. And we'll go cut this stone into bricks. Maybe we'll leave some of it unchiseled. I do have a shulker box that has, let's see, what is that? Math. 11 stacks, I believe, of tuff. So maybe we'll just leave that. Turn the rest of what's in my inventory into bricks. And then we can turn the other stuff possibly into other tuff blocks. And decorate with that, maybe. Yeah, like I said, one day I'll show you how this works. This storage system here. But I need that scaffolding back. Give me that. There we go. Before it gets taken away. I'm also thinking we should probably grab some extra of this. And then when it comes to stone bricks, we should be fine on those, just because we have plenty of stone, as you can see. We'll just have to come back and grab some later on when we need it. Alright, back to it. Let's see. I've missed completely. Oh my god, me trying to jitter click while building. Hold on, I actually think I might be able to do that. Let's see. Oh, it's really hard. It's really hard to do that, because it's hard to do it while aiming at this position that you're wanting to build. Okay. So I want to start having it bleed into the stone from here, but I want to do it a little bit more than the the deep slate bricks. Get rid of that so it doesn't cause any problems in the future. We spent so much time spawn-proofing this. We don't want to accidentally create a spot for them to spawn in. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. That might be pretty good. Make the rest of that into bricks. That might work. Let's go grab our bricks and test it out. Alright, I think 3 stacks is enough for now. Also, sort of trying to learn how to butterfly click too, but... Oops. I'm not terrible at it, apparently. I didn't think I would... I don't know, I don't think I was very good. Sometimes I can get like a good spurt of it, but it's hard. You could probably hear my mouse going crazy. Anyway, I give up. I can't do it. I went ahead and made more than enough to complete this face of the building. We're getting kind of close. Damn. You know, that's kind of cool, actually. I like that. That's not bad. Also come to realize that we're definitely going to want to use cracked variants of these. Cracked variants and stairs. Like, this is going to take a minute to build just because I think it's worth it to get the tower in first. And then we'll go in with the details with the cracked variants and the stairs and all that. But just to have the blank face wall first, I think will be worth it to us. Then of course, once we're done with even that, we will kind of destroy part of it, make it look broken and crumbled and old. I think for now I'm just gonna replicate that around the sides, and maybe I'll cut in to record a little bit here and there just to talk about something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're interested in watching all that, but yeah, I'll be back. See, I really like that kind of arch shape there. I think I like this side better than that side so far. That kind of looks like the perfect ratio, I think. Gonna have like the least on the bottom, then a little bit more in the middle, and the most on top. I kind of like that. That looks pretty good. Of course, it's very bare bones. There's no detail to it yet. But eventually, we'll fix that. Now, realistically, at this point, we should probably have enough resin, too. I've left it AFK a few times while the resin smelts. So at this point, we probably have enough. Somehow already out of stone bricks. That's crazy. Perfect. Grab our stone bricks. And we'll take a look at our resin first. Here's how much we have now. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And that bamboo farm is actually working. It's not very fast. Of course, I said it before, but every 4 bamboo equals 1 item smelted. So 4 bamboo equals 1 resin, pretty much. So if we get 24 bamboo per harvest, that's 6 resin per harvest. Yeah, I think that should be enough resin for the rest of the corners. Oh, the jitter click. That was crazy. Let's see if I can do that again. It ain't easy. Maybe we want to exaggerate that bowl shape even more, too. Oh, there they are. Now that's actually not that bad. It's kind of not too difficult to do. Watch, ready? You just kind of got to understand how to hold your mouse in place while you do it. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Nice. That's pretty good for the black stone. Or, sorry, not the black stone, the deep slate. And this is our original wall. This is the first one we did. It's not quite what we're wanting. I think same with this. We want to exaggerate a little bit more and probably bring that up as well. Good. Okay, I think this one I just kind of need to pull this middle part down a little bit and then add some in that corner. I think it's pretty good. Let's see how it matches with the other corner. Perfect. I think that works. I think that works well. We've gone way too high. So remember all that tough mining we did earlier? Oh, there's more tough bricks here. Okay, but I think this is all we have left after all of that time mining it. But that's fine. We'll just go get more later on. We're actually getting close with the tough too. This should be able to help us finish off this wall. And then we only need a little bit more for that wall. So we should be okay. Get out of my way, man. Did any of them spawn over here? One of them did. That's good. Dude. Fuck off. Whatever, I'm gonna sleep over here. I will say, I like the feel of inside of here with these walls up. Especially with all the moss and everything, it kind of feels exactly how I wanted it to, so. And that's it. That's it for tough bricks. Oh, we're so damn close, but not quite there. Probably just finish this off quick, and before we finish the video off, I'll let you see it, and then we'll just close it out. But I mean, you know, it's almost done. At least the walls. Like I said before, we will actually put the details in later, but the walls are almost finished. Once the walls are done, I'll check back in with you, and then we'll move on from there. Oh, I almost died. Okay. Looks like we got visitors who wanted to see our finished product. Too bad I don't like visitors. Anyway, look, here it is. I was thinking of putting resin across the top. I'll probably still do that, but I put all my resin away, so I don't want to do that right now. But this is what it looks like. I like how it does kind of give off the illusion of a shadow with the gradient. I think it works pretty well. And of course, by necessity, we're going to have to make this look nice, because right now it's just a big box and it looks terrible. Once we beat it down, we're going to add all sorts of stuff, like probably mossy variants of these. Actually, I think there's only mossy variants of the stone bricks. But regardless, we'll put vines on it. We'll put cracked variants of whatever we can. And we'll add those stairs and the slabs and everything, and we'll probably grab some TNT and blow up the corners, or at least one or two of the corners, to make it look like it's been kind of crumbled. And once we're finished with the build altogether, hopefully we can look at it and be like, man, that looks kind of cool, rather than, man, that looks like a hideous box. But that's a problem for later. For now, I think we'll be done. Next video, who knows? Maybe we'll work on this again. Maybe we'll work on something else. I said that last time. We'll play it by ear. Yeah, we'll see. Thanks for joining me. Take care.